Hello, everyone. Hi. Hey, my name is Chris Fair. Welcome to my channel where right now it's 5:06. I'm 6 minutes late. Ugh, I got lost in makeup. It happens. I just like dive in sometimes and then there's like time blindness takes over and I'm like doing weird things like putting eyeliner only on parts of underneath my eyes. I mean, whatever. And then I'm just like, oh my God, I'm late. So anyway, so sorry. Hi, how are you? I'm excited to just give some people some time to get in the room because not only am I late, other people are too. God bless. That's the way of the world. And touch base. Hi, how are you guys? Before we get into 90 Day Fiance, it's the other way. This is season 7. It's episode 10. Ayo. And obviously, this usually happens during the week, Tuesday or Wednesday, and that didn't happen. So basically, this episode aired Monday night. And instead of me talking about it Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm talking about it Sunday. And then the tell all starts on Monday, which is one day from today. So this episode is the end of the regular season. Hi, if you haven't yet, please like this video as you come in. Please just be like, hey girl, hey. Turn on the light by giving a little thumbs up. Tell me you like my hair. I don't know what you want to do. You can comment if you like. I'm excited to do right now this live recap / podcast episode hybrid where I sort of, if you don't mind, try and find my footing of like how to do both because obviously I really love interacting with you guys. Hey, Hawaiian dude. I think it's really fun. And hey, hi. I like your thank you. I asked for that. I fished. But Hasten. So basically I also enjoy doing, podcast episodes where you just talk about something the whole time. So obviously, hey pieces, hey, yay. So on the Vanity Fair podcast, please go and thank you so much. Please go and leave me a comment. Tell me that you love it and tell me what I should be following. Obviously, I've been doing before the 90 day on Vanity Fair as the RSS audio and then doing the visuals for that 24 hours before anyone else on Patreon, Chris Farrett Patreon, and then doing these live recaps on YouTube for The Other Way and Sister Wives. So that's been really fun. I guess I get to talk to you guys in real time and, do that stuff. I know. Thank you so much. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I like being curly. At the same time, if you've been listening to, I don't know why I just keep like saying my podcast. It's because like I have had great guests. Like my friends have been so funny on the podcast. So it's kind of hard to do a live recap with a guest just because it's like to have us be in a conversation and then have to like look down and engage is difficult, so but Tess Barker did Traders season 4, I guess what we're in, episodes 1 through 5 with me. It was so funny and she's so hilarious and she's so smart and so witty about pop culture stuff. And so that was great. And that's also on the YouTube. So listen to that. Have you guys watching Traders? And then my friend Emily my friend Emily did Vanity Fair for before the 90 days. And she's like a writer for like Family Guy. She's really funny. Like it's been really great to like have funny people and she's an improviser and a very funny woman and like a mom and stuff like that. Just, like it's a great mix of conversations with people I love like you guys. And then for some reason, just stream of consciousness when I can't have anyone. So spoiler alert, before the 90 days, the episode that's going to come out tonight on Vanity Fair will be a solo episode. But it's long. It's like as long as I was talking to someone. I'm talking to someone. I have like 14 different personalities in my head. It's fine. I got some of the girl that went to your university. You two were funny. Thank you. Yeah. She hosts Lady to Lady, which is a really fun podcast with Babs Gray and who hosts with him? With it's her, Babs, and I love her so much. Oh, it's gonna kill me. I have to look it up. They're so funny. Basically, but yeah, so and it's been going on for years, and I've been a guest on their podcast. But I met Tess because Brandy Posey. I met Tess because when I interviewed to be a writer on Chelsea Lately, I did a packet and I was like in a waiting room and she was in the waiting room with me or something. Or was it like that or Hello Ross, something like that? It was like an E. There was a time in which I was doing a lot of like pop culture stuff for E. And I don't even know if E does that kind of stuff anymore. God bless. It's a different time. I'm so old. And she was just a bright son. And so we started talking. And then when we found out that we went to the same college, we were like, oh, and she knows pop culture. Like at the time, I still kind of do, but the height of this kind of stuff is when I was waking up and just reading every gossip website like known to man. Like I would just be like, okay, start of the morning, like TMZ, New York Post, delisted Perez Hilton. Let's go, Lainey Gossip. Let's go, like Pink is a new blog. Like, or, I just went fucking down the list. Crazy. The crazy days and the nights, like I just would read everything and then feel like I knew everything. And at the time, I still, like I watch a lot of reality shows, like believe it or not. So that always kind of checked two boxes in this other world of like commenting on pop culture and entertainment in a comedic adjacent way, and also probably being good on camera, but like there's just not a world in which I want to ever consider myself a stand-up comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like the life I know that is, isn't for me. Anyway, Radar Online, sarcasm. Oh my God, Radar Online, honey. Yes. Oh my God, Radar was so trashy. I loved it. I did love it. Like it's bad. Like, this is like a toxic part of you. I mean, this is the part of me that I understand is like, no, again, no different from Gladiator watching, just watching people get ripped apart, as much as I love Britney, like I was part of the problem. Okay, 8 minutes. I'm going to start this at 8 minutes and I'll leave a comment that's when I'm starting. 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 20. Ayo! Yeah, ayo. Ayo. I don't know why. Either one of those are funny to me. You guys, can you believe this whole season's over? Can you believe this is what they gave us? I mean, there was a lot of what and a lot of okay and a lot of horrible endings and a lot of endings that weren't that bad that I feel like were made to be. This is so sorry. Were made to be really worse. This whole world, and by whole world, not only Fiance, the multiverse that we're in. Like, I feel like so many people hate on Greta, and I don't get a. You're welcome. Okay. I like her, obviously. And like, people are so like, she wasted time and she did this. And it's like, I said this before, but there's so many women on the show or so many people that just continue in the worst fucking bullshitty red flaggy relationships. And Chloe's not nary 14 years old or whatever. And she got herself in a situation that we all get because she wanted fucking out of her mom's shadow. And she got herself to a bad boy Aruba Jolly pirate. And she was like, oh no, God bless, I didn't do it, But Greta is also very young and like, probably on that neurodivergence, and then also had never like left the country, like met a dashing man. Matthew was dashing, but then like she just probably put upon him all of the things that like she would enjoy him to be. But then when she's with him, she had the good grace to be like, oh shit, he actually isn't that. Because a lot of people do this, where they like assign someone that they have romantic interest in the role of their ideal partner. Like, especially if they start to check off a couple of boxes. Like, if the person is visually appealing and they have common interests and the person likes them, then, like, you can, especially if you're young, be like, well, he's also this and he's also romantic and he's also passionate about me and he also would take care of me and would know my needs without me saying that and would also, see what I don't know, whatever it is. God bless. Um, whatever, have like more of a drive. I mean, who knows what it is that Greta likes wants in someone. She hasn't been super clear. I would love her to be clear about what she needed and what she didn't get. Because obviously what we saw she didn't get, we know, like, she didn't get a ride from the airport. She got a shitty greeting, him saying that she smelled. She got no room at the inn. She came and he like didn't make room in his drawers for her, and he didn't make room in the actual drawers for her. They didn't have sex, like that. Like, and I don't know if that was on her, I don't know if that was on him. I don't know if it was just like not sexy around apart. Like, I don't know if there was no sexiness and just the vibe wasn't there. So many questions, so little answers. Tell all. I wish that I was just like a follow-up question person at the tell all. Like, if you're not going to make me be the tell all host, fine. And that's a bad choice on you. But what you could do is just fine, have Sean do it or have Suki do it. But then, like, let them go to the bar with me after the tell all and let there be like drinks a flowing and let me get in it. Let me get the really good shit. Let me, having watched it all and like, I'm friendly and like warm and like I can really get people to open up. And it's because A, I love it. I feed on it like a vampire, but also B, because I like vulnerability. I love connection. It would make me happy to, like do that or whatever. So, yes. So I think that if there was some sort of modality for them, because they play with the infrastructure of 90 Day Fiance and the tell-alls all the time, they keep coming up with new versions of the show and the new ways to do the tell-all. It's like you really need someone like me who like can have like a friendly relationship with majority of the cast, watch their tell-alls, then afterwards when they're partying, just have private moments where you have like one camera, it's like Chris's corner, and they have to come and it's like like Chris's corner, like half confession, where like, because I'm Catholic, I make those jokes all the time, where they like come and tell me things. They like either A, don't know they're going to tell me because I'm so good, or B, because they get drunk, or C, I'll use whatever means I need to use, which is like manipulation in the form of best friendery and sex flirtery. Best friendery and sex flirtery are my tools. um so you just go ahead and if you want that for me, and I think it'd be good for the entire franchise / the world, just if you wouldn't mind just like sending the prayers to Matt Sharp or posting it on any forum you'd like or whatever, God bless. Okay, so let's get into the last episode. Dylan and Pitya, can you believe that we've had to deal with this basic weird storyline that came late and gave us nothing, and then even keeps teasing some, I guess, somehow unwatchable scene in a what looks like forest of unwatchable scene trees of them like stomping grapes. I mean, okay. I've now listened to the reality gays talk about them because I couldn't put my foot on why I wasn't connecting with them. And, Dylan had like reached out and like follows me on Instagram or whatever on TikTok and had like said interesting take to a YouTube video, which made no sense to me because it's like neither an opinion or not. But I realized that there is a bunch of people in this world that maneuver by vagueness so as not to either let their card show because they're hiding something and they're trying to put a veil over it. It's just okay. It's like I've seen the pictures of Dylan and Petia when they met years and years ago, and he looks much different, much younger, whatever, God bless. He looks great now. I'm not saying he's a bad looking person. Just I know that these pictures are old because, God bless. She looks the same. She hasn't aged. I mean, fucking Petia, honey. I mean, is Isabella Rossellini in Death Becomes Her? She's taken that file. She's swimming in that goddamn. That's what the debt is. All of her debt is because she buys that vial from Isabella Rossellini and Death Becomes Her, and she doesn't age. Okay. And maybe she's been like, Dylan, leave your mom in this world. That's why. You can't have any more fucking ties to that. She's going to die. You're not going to die. And we're going to spray paint each other for the rest of our lives. Thank you so much. I really, really mean it. So basically, they go to the gym and they're going to work on some tries and buys. Tries and buys, triceps, biceps only. And then he sits down and starts doing chest. And she's like, baby, I don't want to do chest. And then I realized, oh my God, this is the scene they're going to give us. Boy, was that grape stomping scene real bad. Like, I know that they've been together, but yet they are fake or something, or it feels like they don't want to be together, or it feels like they are kind of just weird, vapid people. He doesn't like, he seems like he wants to be famous. Like, all of his social media and whatnot is very much like, I'm coming for that fame, honey. Like, this is what I'm doing. Fame is a gun. Like Addison Rae. He wants it. And so it certainly feels like their storyline has lacked authenticity, love, chemistry. What do they have in common? Like, okay, what we assumed they had in common was that they both had done exotic dancing. But the way that he treats her is as if he's been a fucking deacon the entire time. Whatever. Okay, so let's just go back to the tries and buys. She at this gym, who now she's gotten engaged, it's like suddenly like, I want to go back to the US, babe. I just don't like it here in Tasmania. And we were like, okay, like, fuck. Well, I mean, why did you keep pushing to get engaged? And wouldn't you want to like wait and see if you liked this place first? Like, what are you talking about? So that's crazy. Plus, it's a little bit like, well, has the debt conversation been dealt with? Because you just got done saying how you wanted to go back to dance to get the debt away. Like, did he relieve that? And now you're like, that wasn't it. It's the boringness of it here. So, and it's also like, okay, are you going to come back that you think that he's going to move there? He obviously has the properties out here, plus his, plumbing business. Plum. It's a plumbing, ripe plumbing business. Ew, both of those doesn't work. And so like their conversations just feels like bullet points that the producers were like, okay, well, let's have a scene where they're in the gym because we can get the rights to film there. And yeah, let's make up a fight where you're saying this, which is kind of reminiscent of that, but then that hasn't been dealt with. And it's just like, there is no love between them and there's only been contention. And so we weren't excited when they got engaged. We have no idea why, they would. Like, they never bothered to give us even one scene of her making it work in Tasmania. I almost wish that he was like, okay, baby, if you want to dance, you can do it here. Look, there's strip clubs. You like it here. But instead, the worst thing happens. So he then is like, okay, they're obviously lifting weights, and then he wants to correct her form. They're basically doing biceps, and the problem is he is right. But the problem is he is a control freak OCD person who, doesn't know how to do things with grace and like doesn't treat her with like sexy respect. Kind of like he treats her like his old like dumb nanny. Like he's just okay. Having said that, yes, when you're doing those bicep things, you should keep your elbows, a little bit in front of you and by yourselves. You shouldn't have them wide and you shouldn't be moving them, right? But there's like a whole group of people, and specifically her generation, that worked out like in the 80s and stuff like that, that did like in the 90s, like, and they did a lot of like bounce. There was a lot of like bouncing, so it was a lot of like, and but the thing about that, and the problem is, and I get it, because I have to do physical therapy to relearn how to move because I'm a hypermobile person, is that you aren't using your core to just be in the functional position and then use your muscle by engaging it in such a way. All of the extra movements are like either helping you or but whatever, they're like not, they're hindering you. Like you think that they're helping you, your body's way of helping you do this thing, but they're in fact like doing you no good and probably breaking you out of alignment. But she doesn't want to be told what to fucking do all the goddamn time. And he's, weighing kangaroo meat. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's the Natasha Denona palette. I think it's I need a nude or I need a warm or something like that. I do like it. Thank you. And when she gets mad about the fact that he is obviously trying to correct her and, she doesn't want to have it, he just is like, well, I'm not going to trust you to go to America because I don't really trust what you do there. I mean, I know what you do there. And he says basically, go to men's hotel rooms after you work. You have many ones in your phone. They pay for things. And, she just basically has to be on camera while this person calls her a prostitute. And she's like, I don't do that. And he's like, no, I don't know that you don't do that. And she's like, babe, babe. Now, a couple of things. Reddit and the reality gaze, and definitely what I assumed was just like a fakeness where I feel like none of this is real and she's like acting, was how Petia sounded, especially in the scene, which was for sure whiny and for sure like artificial. Like, okay. I don't know. There's two things to this. If my fiance of 7 years on camera was like stopping a prostitute when, let's just say, I mean, if I was to believe Petia, I'm not, and I've told him I'm not, and he does sexy dancing. If he said that to me on camera, I would not be, babe, that's not true. Like, I would be like, what the fuck you said? What the what the fuck did you just say to what the fuck did you just say to me? You know what I'm saying? I would get up and I'd throw that dumbbell at his, and I mean that I'm just like, like that's what, okay. Now let's just say it's true. Let's just say it's true. By her reaction, she does not want it to be true for the masses. So then she would just have to get up and leave and be like, how dare you? Okay, well, you have a small dick, I'm just gonna leave. There'd be like a billion other ways to react than, babe, you trust me. Oh my God. And then just like cries and walks away. Like cries and walks away that this person who is your fiance just called you a prostitute on national television and has been thinking you were doing that this whole time and you don't do that. And he's also a fucking exotic dancer, so it's like he's wildly misogynistic, and this is all happening to you. How is this real? The problem is, how is this real? Is the I there's the rub. Like, help me talk about this unreal thing. It feels that way. Okay. Mansplaining can be exhausting, but you don't want aerobic weightlifting. Yeah. It just is like very put your mind to it, go for it. Where you just like this elbow is doing weird things. It's like popping out. You're like, that's bad, But yeah, it's a lot of the swinging, yeah, you can really do a lot of damage if you're just like not letting your muscle guide the movement in real time, even if you're going slower. I mean, who am I to fucking, I mean, look, it's like, that's what I've learned because I've had to try and learn it, but the problem is that she's like, I've been working out since 1982. I've been working out since before you were born, and like, first of all, LOL. I just think of like what people did in like the 80s, like that's when they did all like the raw egg yolk milkshakes, right? Or like, I don't know, like Ovaltine. I'm assuming that if Ovaltine, which I'm is like milk chocolate things with vitamins in it, like I'm assuming that that was like a pre or post workout drink back then. I don't know if they had coffee. Um, so she, again, cries, leaves. He's an asshole. He's weird. And he yeah, even all the social media is like the next episode's real. Really what? Hard? Hard for you to watch? Tough? A learning I mean, you can't even say one more thing. It's such an interesting way to be like, I'm just gonna look in the camera and be like, in this next episode with me and Petia, it's real. Is he AI? I don't know. Okay. Madeline and Luke. Oh my goodness, honey. Madeline and Luke, the day of days, the wedding, on a mountaintop. Oh, with bliss, honey. Oh my God. A wedding that she indubitably was like, I'm going to buy a dress that I'll use for a pageant later. It's okay. The wedding. Okay, well, okay. So she's talking to her cousin about the conversation with Luke's dad while getting makeup, and she's like drinking like real yellow wine, and she basically is like, yeah, he wanted me to sign over the thing about my name on the deed, and he's stupid, and I don't know if I trust him, and whatnot, but her cousin slash I think it was like her aunt or her cousin, like is real happy for her. Her mom is there. Her cousin has a ponytail that looks like Rapunzel. It's like long with different bulbs. You know what I'm saying? When they have those kind of ponytails where like they put like a elastic here and then it's like pushed out. Anyway, do I was born in 82. Me too. Do producers hang out at immigration and snag the oddest folks, hopefully with records? Honey, I'm not quite sure. It's so funny. I mean, the casting for this, I mean, it's got to be like a black market of how they do this. So Luke then talks to his dad, and then his dad's like, I talked to her about the deed, and she definitely understood, and she definitely listened. And we're like, no, she just knows that when some stupid old man's talking, that she can just let him talk. It's one of the first rules women learn. Like when someone's trying to like, yeah, you said mansplain or whatever, just tell you what they think you should do and what is up. We've seen this before. Like I talked about Greta. It's just like, there's not much you can do. You can, yay, yay. besides just like hold your ground, smile, and look at them. I mean, you don't have to smile, but but yeah, definitely Madeline was like, it's like a smirk smile. And it's funny because, yeah, he takes this being like, well, she took every word I said, ate it up, honey, that Madeline. She was like, I was like a tube of Nutella. I mean, went around me with a fucking long fingernail and licked all of me out of it. You're just like, oh my God, shut up. So her dress is a pageant dress, right? It's a pageant dress. It's a pageant dress. There's huge blocks of rhinestones on it. Like it's the entire wedding is over the top. Like, and I mean, like the theme is over the top, like if I tell, like, what does that mean to you? Fireworks, I'm sure they would have had them if they could, but it's probably like illegal. But instead, they have guys on. Oh, I used to know the word for those things. Jet flying, jet flyers. No, wet. No, ski, air skis. What air skis? Okay, I should look it up. There was that one moment on Instagram where like we first saw these things, like what meals, maybe not meals, what feels like 6 years ago, where someone's on a fucking pair of jet skis. I mean, as you can tell, I've not done it, and then just gets propelled up. They're always over water, right? Like just in case they don't die or whatever. And the thing, oh yeah, and also because the water is being tubed into their skis somehow, and so they're like walking on the water with the water. I mean, the first time I saw that, I was like, well, I want to do that. But then I was like, well, how the fuck do you come down from that? Like the water just, I'm sorry, just slowly brings you down like an elevator. I just don't think so. I have to see how it works because I jet ski, hydro jets. Okay. Because I really have to see if that's what happens. Because unfortunately, I feel like you just like plummet. I'm not going to just plummet. Sorry, I will use a plosive P for benefit anytime. Benefit is also B is also a plosive B. P. Plosives, if you want to know, since we're already on this conversation, are the sounds that we make at the very front of our mouths. P, B, D, T, as opposed to like things being like, back here. G. Anyway. Okay, so the wedding is, to me, not real. Like it doesn't feel like a real wedding. It feels like a wedding made just like by someone just sending out a bunch of like DMs to like someone, be like, hey, will you show up and just like read this note that I'll airdrop to you when I'm there on your phone. Like for the minister, like everything is read off phones. Everything is like, there's no rhyme or reason. No one at the party looks like they belong to one thing. Her family looks happy. His dad looks there. The most important thing about at least the ceremony is that Luke cries like you would want a person to cry at your wedding. So I will give him that. I'll give him that. Like, I talk a lot of shit about Luke. And I've also said on many different podcast episodes that I truly want the person I marry, if it's totally fun, if I ever get married, I'll know if I pick the right person, if they cry upon seeing me in all of my angelic beauty as I give myself to you in what surely will be a body yaddy yaddy dress. And if the sight of me in that body yaddy yaddy dress in front of all of your people, knowing that you can and me can have sex later, if that does not bring you to absolute wailing style tears, I don't know. I don't know. The person that will object will be me. And Luke does it. Luke does the thing Luke does. He just does not. He cries so fucking hard. He's just can't believe it. How beautiful she is. So, um, don't they say the fancier the wedding, the less likely the couple ends up together? I can see that. I can see that because the truth of the matter is, I mean, my highest ideal wedding would be like something that celebrates who we are together and obviously who we are before we knew each other or whatever, like who we are separately, and have it be wildly specific and intimate, like because I think that that is what is interesting and exciting about most things anyway. Stories, music, people, times is like the nuance and like specificity of things. And all out blanket glam weddings where there's I don't know, just all the same things. It feels cookie cutter or it feels like a Costco wedding or it feels like a glam Costco wedding, like a top tier platinum Costco wedding. And it's true. It's like it's not that it's not like good looking. It's funny, I used to I don't know if I still follow them. I must have unfollowed them. There was a Instagram account for years I followed called Lebanese weddings, and it's basically the exact same wedding. It's just at one huge place, and there's all the same lighting effects or whatever. And it's like a spectacular show. It's like Shenyun, honey. It's like Cirque du Soleil. And so you're like, oh wow. But then you think, well, if I could, I don't want to get married during a Cirque du Soleil. You can see that at Vegas. I want to go marry in a situation that like there's these moments that if you know me or the person I'm marrying, us, like that there is wild specificity. Ugh, I love tears at a wedding, especially from I don't know why I'm reading it like this. Sorry, Lisa, because I like it so much. From the men. My husband cried, but there was a shot aimed at him, so I'm not sure it was an "Oh, honey!" Love that turn at the end. Was it your dad? Better not fuck up anything. Hey. Oh, I'm so excited to see people in the room. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys, how's your Sunday? By the way, obviously my heart goes out to anyone in Minneapolis and anyone in Minnesota, and obviously was there too, but fucking ice is ridiculous. And so that's a goddamn nightmare. And so on my mind, I could have opened it with it and yet I didn't. And also on my mind is anyone dealing with the snowstorm. I'm in California, but I have a lot of friends in New York and stuff. And, across everywhere, I would love everyone to just like be safe and for us to come together and connect over what makes us human, which is like something I was talking about um in the episode that's going to drop tonight, which is every culture, every person, every culture and every people has like the spectrum of the humanity, right? Like so there's bad people and good people and smart people and stupid people and gay people and straight people and all of that in every culture. And so yeah, I don't understand why it's so difficult for like humanity to as I guess collectively or at least society like ascertain an emotional intelligence and like and I guess as well as like physical intelligence to rectify that, like that we if we all are the same, then we can't treat people differently. We can't like think that there's us versus them and whatnot. It's like us. How do we make life better for us? And the us that are suffering from addiction or mental illness, or because there are people in this world that like have well yeah, like propensity for evil, like we have to protect us from certain people, and it's just never going to be a whole group that all look the same or all talk the same. It's going to be different each time. Anyway, I don't want to just. I like to think that we like. Yeah, I wonder how we get to that place. But I feel like to get to that place, we sacrifice something else, and I don't know what that's gonna be. Anyway, what horrible, long, deep, profound, stupid talk. I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about 90 Fiance. So she's so happy. She was like, he was so pink, he was crying. Because she also wanted him to cry and she got it. Her mom is there. Her dress is there. I mean, she certainly got what she wanted in this situation. And yet, I will tell you, that the Reddit streets are showing us pictures of her on her Instagram saying that like they've broken up because he has a small dick. So, how real was this wedding? Like, how legal was this wedding? Is this wedding kind of like the plans he has for the resort? The groundwork. We laid some of the groundwork. you know. Um, oh my God, yes. Please be safe. Please be safe. Okay, so yeah, obviously she got her helicopter moment. And if you like Madeline, and I do, I like her more than I like Luke, and I definitely like her more than I like Jasmine, and I don't mind the entertainment, then I'm happy that she gets her helicopter moment. Now, what is ridiculous about it is that it's so not sexy, romantic. It's not something that would actually, to me, be admirable or like aspirational in a wedding when you really think it's so fucking loud and everything is blowing everywhere, like it's just you have to like get out with like a dress. It's just then, the people have to help you with your dress because the spinning helicopter wings, it's all of it. It's like, this is what you wanted. And truly, it felt like it was an option given to her by someone who wanted her to spend money for stupid reasons. I mean, yeah. How about, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think like what is the best way to get taken to a wedding? Like carriage rides. Like remember how people would do like a Cinderella thing? I think, unless you are doing a full fucking Disney adult wedding, which that's on you, you really cannot do a like big ass Cinderella ball thing. I don't really, this is like maybe for after. I would come in this car and then I would go after or whatever. I have a fascination with old Jaguars, like the Roadsters, like the 1953 Jaguars. I think they are so classic and so elegant. Ow. Like that's my thing. Anyway, and it's so funny because like everyone has their own thing, like my dad is like a showy person or whatever. So he is always like when he's like fantasizing, he's like, what kind of car you should get? I mean, this is just him being like, if I, we're not gonna I like my car, it was whatever. He's like, you should get a Bentley. And I'm like, I'm not, I would never get a Bentley. I would just never get a Bentley in my entire life. Like, like I wouldn't, I just, it's not for me. It's not the way I want myself to roll. Like, I'm not saying I'm not bougie. It's just that it's just like not the aesthetic for me. I feel like if I was suddenly in a situation where I needed a big car, why am I talking about this? Cars. I don't know. Vehicles, whatever. God bless. Helicopters. Let's finish this thought and I'll go on. I do kind of like a Mercedes G Wagon just because I feel like there's like, I don't know. I feel like you can like get a lot of stuff in there. But I like a fucking vintage or like Jaguar Roadster. That can't be my everyday car, but that's definitely the car that I would like dream about being whisked away in at a wedding, not a helicopter. The sound. Does she have earbuds in? Yeah. And just everyone reads everything off their phones. Great. So Jenny and Sumit. So Sumit is very upset because Jenny has now told Sumit's mom that they are going to move out, and Sumit's mom was like, "No, you won't. If I've been saying one thing, it's that I love you, Jenny, and you will be living underneath my roof. I can't get enough, Jenny. That is what I have been radiating the entire time. How could you think less of that? You're just like, oh my God." And Sumit then's like, now that they accept you, why would you want to leave? And she's like, I don't accept them. He's like, I need them. And she's like, well, you can have them, babe. We're still going to live in India. Now, she's like, we can't have sex. And he doesn't say yes or no to that, which is interesting. He doesn't give a way out for that. He's like, look, but you don't need sex because now you have my family. She's like, this is what's so interesting. What does she think they're going to do for money? And I feel like I'm so sick of asking this because he's like, we have no money. We need this. Da, 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 da. And she's like, I can't do it. This sucks. I can't do it. You're going to leave. I'm going to leave you if I don't, she's like, get me out of this. And like, here's the thing. If all of this is the reason why I saw Jenny by herself in America in December 2025, wow. Wow. What if it is? What if it is? What if this isn't? It is. What if it is? I mean, they just drive in the dark. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just like so fascinated by it, because at some point, every couple ends at some point, right? Like by a death, by one, usually every couple ends either because they break up or one dies or they both die at the exact same fucking time. Those are the three ways in which couples end. So, I think that I really feel okay. If you were to ask me, Chris, how do they end? I would be like, they end when she dies. I think that they're like for sure a forever couple. But now I'm being forced to consider that like she might just leave India because she either wants to like live not with his parents and he won't do it or whatnot. And for some reason, that part's shocking to me that like they would have gotten this far for this long and have like gotten over so many blocks just to break up because he won't live without his mom. And or she doesn't have financial literacy. I don't know. Or he won't get a job. Or somehow they can't parlay any of the 90-Day Fiance fame into anything over there, which I find shocking because we know the family cafe is already gone. And I don't even think it was real anyway. It was like, what kind of thing is called a family cafe? It's not called, what kind of restaurant is called a fucking, come on. Like grandma's recipes, home cooking. Like you're just like, what? Okay. So I don't mean to be upset about it, but you know what I'm saying? Like that could not have been real. Okay. But at the same time, I do love that they're on the show. And if she is now in America and let's just fucking say a world in which she went on Single Life or something like that, I don't even know what I would do. Cry, happiness, like hyperventilate, cry. What would you do? What would you do right now? You fucking tell me. And by the way, if you're watching a replay, this is the comment to absolutely do. If Jenny and Sumit break up and she comes to America and she's on Single Life, what would you do? Would you pee? Would you throw up? Would you call someone? Would you pray? Would you thank you? What would you do? Isn't she 30 plus years older? Her social security isn't stretching as far as she thought. It'd be a deadbeat Sumit. I know. If Sumit wasn't so close to his parents, he wouldn't like Jenny so much. Oh. Doesn't she own a beauty salon of some sort? I was disappointed to see she had a bunch of different colors and like 3 textures of different hair for her wedding day. Oh, The maid beauty is gone, honey. I mean, her hair looks bad the entire time. Her extensions are wild. I mean, she just doesn't even she can't blend to save her life. Okay, Chloe and Johnny. This should be mm, this conversation, this argument between Chloe and Johnny should be studied in every high school and given to every girl, every person for how a mentally insecure, ill individual will try any tactic possible to get you to do what they want. Wildly out of left field, contradictory, like will deflect, will be defensive, will throw it back on you, will blame, and then ask you back at the end. Like what Johnny does to Chloe is so fucked up and crazy and like the most like that kind of toxic argument you have with someone or your friend has with someone where to even remember the play by play of like what happens, like how he turns it is triggering. But like it's just he is a dodgy fucking fellow. He doesn't want to take responsibility for the fact that he cheats for a reason. And the reason isn't that half the population cheats, it's in their DNA. Johnny wants to be like, I'm a man. So I'm a man. Sorry about it. You know, when you have that Y chromosome, that's the got to see nudes all the time. Well, fuck anyone chromosome. So I can't help what nature made me, Chloe. Like, you know, you're just like, what? So that's one thing. She's obviously on her, you know, she's obviously getting there to get her stuff. She's crying and then she's already apologized for what she said. She wants to go home. She just says she just wants to go home. She's miserable. And he, of course, is like, I was just being a guy. I'm sorry. The thing about it is like, he's like, but what you did is you went and took screenshots and tried to make me look bad. Yeah, you made me look bad because you knew that I was talking to this other girl before. And she's like, no, bitch, you never told me who you were talking to. And then I found out that it was the same person. And then he's like, blah, 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 you know, like whatever. And he's like, yeah, then you said the thing about my mom. And she's like, well, you know, I just apologize for that. Well, I guess that's the end. And he's like, no, it's just like, you're so shitty. You're just the worst. You know, you're just like, I just can't believe that you would do that. You know, why would I be with a girl who bashed my mom? Like, I really dodged a bullet. Like, you are not fucking worth it. And when he says that she wasn't worth it, she is just like, I am happy again that she gets to have full visual record of this conversation so that she and all of her friends and everyone that watches this can just be like, this person isn't shit, Chloe. And for being as young as you are, you really at least held your ground. Like she really did. You know what I'm saying? Like there are, and I mean this, unfortunately, women that Johnny has done this exact shit to that have fallen for it and have fallen for it like before he even gets to like trying to get her back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, will fall for, well, I'm sorry that I said about your mom. And he's like, yeah, it was really sad. Like, well, how could you do that to me? Well, I'm sorry, Johnny. Baby, I'm sorry. I know how much your mom means to you. Yeah. I just was really hurt, Johnny. I just really want you to love me. Baby, when you say things like, but my mom, how could I love you? Baby, I want you to love me. I'm sorry. Just, baby, please. I'm sorry, baby. Okay. Baby. Are you going to clean up around here? Okay. You know, you're just like, you can see how he has fucked over many women before. You're like, Chris, that was a really long back and forth. I'm like, I know, but it's like there are women that unfortunately feel like their feelings are wrong. Like they can't possibly know what they're feeling and have it be real, that like somehow being said out loud and having resistance to it means that they fucked up in their head, and that someone is giving them a second chance to like rethink their ways, and how lucky they are to be with someone who can really think. It's part of like the trauma, I guess, of living in this world, right? But Chloe, thankfully, is like, get me the fuck out of here. She's like, I'm gonna leave and do not help me. He's like, well, I'm just gonna help you to try and get your things out here faster. He's like, before you leave though, does he have some earrings in my bathroom? Go and get your earrings out. And so she goes to his bathroom, where I guess like the same glass that you like drink water out of or you put your toothbrush in, there's earrings. And they're not her fucking earrings. And I bet you that he knew that. She's not been gone that long. She's been in that bathroom. How much? Oh, you know, if you fucked someone that in that amount of time, I think that was. I think it was another tactic. She cries when she realizes the earrings aren't hers, and she just cannot believe that it was all a lie. That like someone could be so, I guess, charming or manipulative or narcissistic to make her feel like he loved her, and also be so fucked up. When she's leaving, he comes out, obviously, and then asks her why she's doing this. Why she's making this a big deal over nudes, and why she just won't give him another chance. She can't be with a man whore, she says. It's not fair to her. And we were just like, all right. Oh, okay. Your mom done raised you right. Like, you know, her mom just stands up and claps. Her mom's going to buy her any Go Yard bag she wants. I mean, if I were Chloe, I'd be on the fucking first flight of first class back, thinking about like the fucking shopping trip I'm going to make my mom spend everything on, you know? Oh my God, cruel pirate. Yeah. Yo ho, yo ho. It's a man whore's life for him, honey. He gets no second mate. Yeah, I just like he's playing multi-level checkers. Yeah, I'm glad that she doesn't fall for it, because I can, you know, he has all those kids, so people did. He's gross. And like it's funny that the thing about his mom makes him so upset. Like it's crazy to me that he truly, and this is what her point was, but she said it in more of a sharp way. It's crazy to me that he doesn't make the connection of the way you treat a female is how you treat a person like your mom. Do you want your mom to be treated poorly by people like you? Like older versions of you? You don't want anyone to be treated horribly, but it's interesting how you can allow, I mean, yeah, it's interesting how some people allow themselves to treat people badly. And also, like, he has what feels like a deep fear of abandonment, because, like, all of the manipulation we're seeing, like, all the tactics we're seeing, all of it, it feels like someone is just like a caged fucking squirrel, just like, you know, clashing out. But he is feeling attacked, and she's not attacking him. She's trying to leave. You know, the attacks have already happened. Like, what we're seeing is her leaving. So whether he's feeling attacked because his image is bruised on camera, or her leaving and ultimately not choosing him to come back to him feels like an abandonment. I wonder where the trigger trauma lies. If his fear of abandonment, if that's what it is, makes him act out impulsively when he feels like insecure or whatnot. Because yeah, like if you I can see a world in which if you feel like you might be abandoned and you use flirtation or like sexual attention to be like a drug for you, then yeah, when you need a hit, you get a hit. And if, I mean, the thing is, like, he needed a hit when he was filming the scenes with Chloe. I think there's also just something to like doing what makes you feel good, like a strong, virile man or, go getter, like in a kind of like, if we said like a toxic masculine way, some guys are just like a lot of them got to make money, like want to make money, like do the deal or whatever, just like gotta work, like, and I'm not saying all of this is toxic. I think it's great to make money and I think it's great to work. Okay. God bless. I'm just saying, and there's also toxic masculinity where it's like, I like to see what I could get sex wise. And it could be with men or women, like at all times, I like to be able to know I still got it. And it means power, sexual power. And I guess money is power too. So it's whatever hit it's giving, it gives. Anyway, my loves, I can't wait for the tell-alls. As I've said, it's going to happen in one day. I'm late, but here we are. I finally got this episode done. And I'm also late on Sister Wives, but that's also going to come up too. I might just put the two together that are going to happen because Sister Wives airs tonight. So I will be able to do a combo episode of the final two tell-alls. I think it's two. I don't know how many tell-alls there's been. God bless it. Honey, I don't know. Anyway, my loves, that is it for me. How are you doing? How is everything? How's your Sunday? I hope you're doing well. I hope if you've taken care of yourself. If you haven't yet, you still have time to just rest, reset, do something. Do a quick wipe of your home. I don't know if you still have time. I'm in 6:00, just Pacific Standard Time. I don't know. Just wipe all your surfaces, take out the trash, do your dishes, take a shower, do your sheets. That's like a nice little reset. But we're gonna breathe together. I'm gonna tell you my socials before that, and then I'm gonna let you go. Scheduled for 4. Good to know, Lisa. Okay, so yeah, I'll do a combo episode to talk about the one-on-ones. I'd love to get my cousin Monique back. Monique just got a different job, so hopefully her schedule kind of like clears up a little bit. Okay, my babes. First of all, hi. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't yet, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Please give me a little comment after it goes up. If you also haven't yet, please go open your phone to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and follow Vanity Farah, which is my podcast, and give it 5 stars plus a review with words like, wow, you sound so gorgeous, or boy, you've stopped 50% of the amount of likes you've used to say. I don't know. Do whatever you got to do. If you don't mind, that's like a free way to help me. Of course, you can also join my Patreon or sub. I don't have this money for a Substack yet, but you can join my Patreon and get the visuals of the Vanity Fair episodes before they go live. And then I'm going to build that out to how we can start doing some lives all together. Because, I do like doing Get Ready With Me's and stuff like that. I just have never felt very comfortable having those always live for public consumption on YouTube, because I don't necessarily know if I always want to keep, barefaced Chris on the internet for the rest of my life. God bless it. So you do you. You can support me any way you want, besides the fact that you've already supported me by listening to this. I appreciate that. Here's some more. I am at Chris L. Farah. Yes, me too, girl. And all this makeup, honey, how I do it. Okay, I'm at Chris L. Farah on TikTok. I'm at Chris L. Farah on Instagram. I have a Substack. I have Patreon. I have the Chris Farah Facebook, Vanity Farah, the group on Facebook. All of that exists. Present moment, honey, 6:10 p.m., 20 people in the room. Let's breathe together. We're going to breathe everything out, breathe it in twice as like a mindful moment that we're all together, just letting ourselves be truly here and not planning anything in the future or thinking about anything in the past. Okay. Okay, let's breathe it in. It'll be a brand new week. Thank you so much for being with me. Truly, I love a Sunday live. And one more in. We did it. We're present all together. All right, my babes. That's it. Thank you so much for being here, Lisa, Tammy. Thank you so much, Aaron, PCs, Shay, Sin, Hawaiian Dude, Tiffany. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your thoughts. I love you so much. Really. So take care of yourselves. And I mean that. Fuck ice and icy weather. Sorry, I mean a bad joke. Just take care of yourselves across the board. Okay, my loves. And one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. All right. Bye.